Who is the Canon MF227DW actually good for? Who should skip it? And does it really make sense to spend the price you'll see on a typical home office or small business desk? That's the question I get most often when someone mentions they're looking at a new black and white laser printer, and it's the same question I asked myself before I even pulled the box out of the Amazon cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When you're juggling invoices, class handouts, and the occasional flyer, the biggest fear is ending up with a machine that can't keep up with a modest daily load or, worse, a printer that forces you into a maze of driver installations just to get a single page out. The MF227DW promises to be a 4-in-1 workhorse print, copy, scan, fax while also touting AirPrint, so you can send a document from your phone without a laptop in sight. Those claims sound great on paper, but the real test is how they translate to the everyday workflow of a busy desk. Let's start with the kind of environment where the MF227DW feels at home. If you're a freelance graphic designer who needs high-resolution color prints for client proofs, this isn't the machine for you. It's strictly black and white, so any project that demands color will need a separate device. But if you run a small accounting practice, a home-based tutoring business, or simply need a reliable printer for contracts, worksheets, and occasional PDFs, the lack of color isn't a deal breaker. It actually saves you money on toner and reduces the complexity of maintenance. One of the most immediate advantages you'll notice is the speed. At up to 28 pages per minute for both printing and copying, the MF227DW moves paper faster than most entry-level inkjets you'll find on a desk. In real life, that means a stack of 10 pages of client invoices will be out of the printer in under half a minute, and you won't be stuck listening to a motor hum for an eternity while a single sheet prints. For a small office that prints a couple of dozen pages each hour, that speed feels like a genuine productivity boost. The AirPrint support is another practical strength. I've tried sending a PDF from my iPhone while sitting on the couch, and the printer responded within seconds. No extra app, no network gymnastics. The same goes for a quick scan from an iPad. You tap the scan button in the Photos app and the document appears on your device, ready to be emailed. That seamless mobile integration is a lifesaver when you're not glued to a desktop but still need to get a hard copy onto the go. Now, let's talk about the downsides that matter after you've unboxed the thing. First, paper handling. The MF227DW uses a standard 250 sheet tray, which is fine for low-volume users. But if you start printing larger batches, say a class of 30 students needing worksheets, you'll find yourself reloading more often than you'd like. There's no automatic duplexer, so double-sided printing becomes a manual process. In a world where many businesses are trying to cut paper waste, that extra step can be a minor annoyance. Scanning is functional but not spectacular. The device offers a flatbed scanner that handles documents up to A4, which works well for occasional single-page scans, but it lacks an automatic document feeder, ADF. If you need to digitize multi-page contracts or a stack of receipts, you'll be stuck feeding each page by hand, slowing you down and increasing the chance of a jam. For users whose scanning needs are occasional, like grabbing a quick copy of a signed agreement, the limitation isn't a deal breaker, but it does keep the MF227DW out of the high-volume scan category. Fax might sound like a relic, but some small businesses still rely on it for legal documents. The MF227DW includes a built-in fax modem, which works over a standard phone line. It's straightforward. Dial the number, hit send, and the machine handles the rest. The catch is that you need a dedicated phone line, and the fax function isn't as feature-rich as dedicated fax machines that offer address books or auto-dial. If faxing is a core part of your daily routine, you'll want to test the connection before you commit. Another consideration is the overall footprint. The printer is a little taller than a typical home inkjet, which means you'll need a stable surface with a bit of extra clearance at the back for the paper tray and the rear access panel for toner replacement. It's not a wall-sized unit, but you should plan a spot on your desk or a small shelf where it can sit without crowding other equipment. So, who should buy it? If you're a solo entrepreneur, a home office worker, or a small team that prints less than 200 pages a day, needs reliable black and white output, and appreciates the convenience of printing directly from a phone or tablet, The MF227DW checks a lot of boxes. Its speed, AirPrint compatibility, and all-in-one functionality give you a lot of bang for the buck without the